Yes, you can change your future, but did you know you can also change your past? Yeah, you can retroactively auto-correct your past. Okay? And if you change in your past, this will also change your presence and your correspondence to the information you receiving in your presence. Yes, you can change your past. I know we focus a lot on changing our future. Okay? We may focus too much on changing our future. You listen, when you focus too much on the future, you're going to cultivate anxiety. That's what the future gives you, anxiety. Anxiety, okay, is the contemplation that becomes worry on things that have not happened yet. That's anxiety. Okay? So listen, if I'm going to open the door and I'm contemplating far too long or far too much on what's on the other side of that door, that's going to become anxiety. If I'm going to go meet new people, if I'm going to go do new things, okay, and I'm hyper fixated on the details before I get to actually materialize the event, then I'm going to cultivate anxiety. What is anxiety? Hyper fixated on the future, contemplating till it becomes worry about future events. Okay, so I say all that to say, you got much more power to change in your past, okay, than you can change your future. See, your future, you're going to be dealing with the unknown unknowns. Yeah, you know the things you don't know, but oftentimes you don't know what you don't know. That's where the past is brilliant at. See, in the past, you already had the variables revealed to you. You know a lot. You know so much that you can go back and change the past. Did you know? Yeah, you can change the past. What does that mean? In the past, you may have had a heartbreak. Okay? You may have had a heartbreak. You may have been left alone when you was in need. You may have had a troublesome upbringing. You may have had trouble in your household. You may have had a lot of misfortunes within your past, but you can change that past. You can change that by changing first your perspective. Okay? It's going to be the gifts that you receive in the present that you can take back to your past. This is what shadow work is about. Okay, this is what people is paying thousands of dollars to their therapist. People are trying to change their past. Okay, people are trying to change their past. So you thought that person broke your heart. Okay, but your gifts within the present led you to be wise enough to realize that person wasn't doing anything to you personally. They was hurting themselves, and you was just caught in the crossfire. Okay? You were just collateral damage of them hurting themselves. So once you realize that, you could go back and take that to your past self and heal your past self. Change your past. You can change it. Change your perspective. You can change your relationship to that individual. Now, you much more rather cultivate compassion. Remember compassion? Yeah, compassion is going to take you way farther than empathy can take you. Compassion. Okay, compassion is going to take you way farther than empathy can take you. Why? Because you must cultivate sympathy. Sympathy. Okay, you must cultivate sympathy to be compassionate. So you can change your past, time traveler. And I call you time traveler because a lot of us, we've been time travelers unbeknown to ourselves. A lot of us aren't present. Thank you. A lot of us aren't present. Okay? A lot of us aren't present within our own lives. So who is controlling this avatar of you not present? If you somewhere in your mind, okay, possibly living in the past, possibly living in the future, and as we just mentioned, the future and hyper-fixated on it, contemplation until it becomes worry is where you're going to get anxiety from. And in the past, if I live too far in the past, contemplating until it becomes that, you know what it becomes? It becomes, hold up, we got anxiety on this side, okay? We got insecurities, insecure people. Yeah, people that are just generally insecure, they hyper fixated about the past because you received the variables. You already been hurt before. So now you insecure about interacting. Now you insecure about approaching new things. This is because you living in the past. Your insecurities are past related. It has nothing to do with the present. The present is shapeless. Okay? But we got a lot of people that's living in their spaceships traveling, or they time traveling machines, and they traveling. A lot of people been living in the past, living in the present, and nobody is here in the present. Okay, living in the past, living in the future, and nobody is here in the present. And in the present, humanity needs you. In the present, life needs you, time traveler. So if you've been having trouble, okay, if you've been having trouble accepting that which already happened, change it. Change it. That's easier. You much more powerful than you give yourself credit to. Thank you. You're much more powerful than you give yourself credit. Okay? Yes, you can change your past. And only when you are able to change your past can you change your future. You know, part of this experience of life, you know, this life thing that you experiencing, part of it is you consistently going back to the past with present wisdom. Okay, and auto-correcting. You auto-correcting. A lot of you still upset with your parents for not giving you a particular life, for example. Okay, a lot of you forget that your parents was also human. Okay, that your parents was also someone's offspring, that they were also, okay, being raised or not being raised. They also lacked, so they can only give you what they was given. How many people still upset with their parents? Yeah, you don't have to continue life in that manner. Be light. Let that go. Let that go. A lot of you are co-parenting. How many people out there co-parenting? And you upset with the co-parent? How you gonna be upset with you wasn't upset when y'all was sitting there laying down? When y'all was sitting there rubbing feet. Remember when you was rubbing feet with them? You was rubbing feet with the co-parents. Y'all was getting up along fine then. Now, right, now that the baby then entered the equation, now y'all done forgot how to be lovers. How you forget how to be lovers when it's time to love? If you upset with anybody you co-parented with, I want you to accept the fact that they're human. Stop taking it personal. Nobody is trying to hurt you personally. I know it feels that way because they may have lied. I know it feels that way because they may not have kept their word, and you took that as a lie. I know it feels that way. But listen, you're not that important. People are hyper fixated on what they're going through. A lot of people are self-centered. Okay? So they going through what they going through, and you just was caught in the crossfire. I'm not saying forgive them. I didn't say that. I'm not telling you to forgive them. Hopefully, if you go up the right road, you'll be able to find forgiveness. I'm not saying forgive them. I'm saying have understanding. Understanding is the root of compassion. Understand that people human. Understand that you're not that important to be for somebody to be sending out any personal attacks. Time traveler. Some of y'all been taking a lot of those ill feelings and bringing it to your present. Okay, some of you have been adopting different lenses, putting it on your eyes, seeing people with the same lenses as you seen and as you used with other people. How often have you, and this is where insecurity comes in play. Insecurity forces you to put on a lens from the past. You think this person may hurt you like the last person hurt you. Okay? You disregard the fact that we all human and everybody should have equal opportunity to love you, to experience you. Everybody. Time traveler. Yeah. You know, it's imperative for me to remind people of their time traveling abilities, because if you're not aware of where you are, then you're going to forget who you are. You're going to forget what you've become. Okay? You know the who, what, where, whens, and whys? Yeah, this is a real thing. Listen, because we telling your story. This is your story of life. Okay? So we're going to have to be clear on where we residing. Are we residing in the present? Are we residing in the present? Or are we residing in the past or the future? I want y'all to sit there and meditate on that. Spend the whole next several days meditating on where do I spend most of my time. And you'll also find that that's where most of your frustrations are. They live in the same dimensions. Ashe? Why is this? Because the present is shapeless. The present is formless. True life is shapeless. Okay? True life have no form. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to be speaking on the shapelessness and formlessness, okay, of life. Right? So you make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and do the rich thing. The rich thing is enrich your mind, your body, and your spirit. Every time you keep your notification bells on, and every time that you tap into your own frequency. Okay? And nevertheless, let's get rich.